So after having studied about the peasants, the artisans, the zamindars, the women in agrarian society, and even the system of governance that the system of local governance जो मुगल पीरियड के रूरल एरियाज में जो चलता था, जो विलेज पंचायती का सिस्टम चलता था. After having studied all of those things, we now look at something that's that's coming from the perspective of both the state and the actual residents, actual constituents of the agrarian society. What we do look at is the land revenue system. Land revenue system basically क्या था, जो ये cultivators को tax किया जाता था agriculture के ऊपर. This is what the land revenue system was about. It was about the system of collecting revenue or collecting taxes from the land, and this revenue was collected by these revenue officials of the state from these cultivators that we have been studying about so far in our agrarian society. So we start with, it was vital for the state to create an administrative apparatus. Why it was vital for the state to create an administrative apparatus was because जो हमारा मुगल एम्पायर था, अगर हम अकबर के टाइम से ही बात करेंगे, जो मुगल एम्पायर था वो कॉन्स्टेंटली इंक्रीज हो रहा था. इट वॉज कॉन्स्टेंटली एक्सपैंडिंग. So more and more land was coming under this Mughal empire than what it was in previous generations, when it had expanded much larger than what it was in Babur's time, for example. So ये जो लैंड इतनी ज़्यादा बढ़ रही थी, जो मुगल एम्पायर के अंडर आ रही है, तो अब इस लैंड से जो एम्परर है या जो किंगडम है उसको कितना पैसा वसूल हो सकता है, ये चीज़ असेस करना बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट था. एंड सिंस उस टाइम पे हमें पता है कि इट वाज मोस्टली एन अग्रेरियन country, it was mostly an agrarian empire, तो उस वक्त agriculture was the most prominent activity. तो इसीलिए पैसा जो सबसे ज़्यादा टैक्स किया जाता था वो एग्रीकल्चर पे टैक्स किया जाता था, और इसीलिए इट वाज इम्पॉर्टेंट कि एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव अपैरेटस हो इस पूरे चीज़ को असेस करने के लिए कि हमें कितना रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन हो सकता है, हमें कहाँ तक रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन करना है, हमें कैसे रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन करना है. ऑल दीज थिंग्स नीडेड अ प्रॉपर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. And that is why it says that it was vital for the state to create an administrative apparatus which included the office of the Diwan, who was responsible for supervising the fiscal system of the empire. तो ये जो दीवान था ये इस पूरे टैक्स कलेक्शन के इस पूरे टैक्स कलेक्शन की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी संभालता था. जो जो कल्टिवेटर्स से इनको रेवेन्यू लेना है, इन सब चीज़ों को सुपरवाइज करने के लिए जो इंसान होता था उसको हम दीवान कहते थे उस टाइम पे. The revenue officials and record keepers became a decisive agent in shaping agrarian relations. So this is something we have discussed before. The revenue officials and record keepers, they penetrated deep into this agrarian society, and they oftentimes influence or they became a decisive agent in influencing these agrarian relations, because they were the ones who because they were the ones who were tasked with the responsibility of collecting taxes. तो वो काफ़ी बार क्या करते थे, वो ज़मींदारों पे ये जिम्मेदारी सौंप देते थे कि तुम टैक्स कलेक्शन करो. एंड हम ज़मींदार के बारे में जब पढ़ रहे थे तब हमने ये देखा था कि जब ज़मींदार इन लोगों के लिए, स्टेट के लिए ऐसे ऐसे काम करते थे तो उनको स्पेशल प्रिविलेजेस मिलते थे जो उनकी स्टेटस और उनकी पावर सोसाइटी में और ज़्यादा इन्हांस करती थी. तो ऑब्वियसली ज़मींदार इन सब चीज़ों का फ़ायदा उठाते थे. तो this is why the land revenue system was important, because it actually had a very deep impact on the agrarian society that we have been talking about. It was not only important economically, but also in terms of all the social relations, it was a very decisive agent. So the land revenue arrangement consisted of two stages. The first stage was of assessment. तो ये लोग जब रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन करते थे तो पहला चीज़ ये करते थे कि वो असेसमेंट करते थे कि किन जगहों से कितना पैसा हमें मिल सकता है. So they acquired specific information regarding the extent of agricultural lands in the empire and what these lands produced before fixing the tax. तो जो एम्पायर था हमारा वो काफ़ी ही वॉज अ वेरी कैलकुलेटिव मैन. सो बिफोर ही वुड इम्पोज द बर्डन ऑफ द टैक्स, बिफोर ही वुड जस्ट से एन एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नंबर एंड से कि तुम्हें इतने पैसे टैक्स में देने हैं, नो मैटर हाउ मच ऑफ how much of produce you make in the entire year. What they did was they actually assessed कि कितना कितना हमारा कितना एक्सटेंड तक एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड है, कितना वो लैंड प्रोड्यूस कर पाती है. तो उस हिसाब से एक इंसान जो वहाँ पे कल्टिवेट कर रहा है वो कितना टैक्स दे सकता है, दिस वुड गेट कैलकुलेटेड फर्स्ट, और फिर वो जो है कलेक्शन की तरफ बढ़ते थे. सो द नेक्स्ट स्टेज वॉज कलेक्शन. In collection, what they did is they strived to make cultivators pay in cash, but also accepted payments in kind. तो obviously emperor जो था या जो state था वो चाहता था कि इनको cash में collection हो revenue का, because obviously they would want more of these revenues in terms of money than anything else. But they did understand, they were considerate enough to understand that not all of these cultivators would be able to pay in cash. So mostly because most of the times they wouldn't have been able to acquire so much of cash from their produce. So what they did often was they would pay these revenue officials, these cultivators would pay these revenue officials in terms of kind. And by kind what we mean is ये लोग इनका जो प्रोड्यूस होता था, इनका जो एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोड्यूस होता था, ये लोग वो देते थे रेवेन्यू की टर्म्स, रेवेन्यू की जगह हम बहुत बार, क्योंकि बिकॉज दे वुडंट बी एबल टू अफोर्ड पेइंग टैक्सेस इन कैश, क्योंकि कल्टिवेटर्स ऐसे ही बहुत ज़्यादा वेल ऑफ कंडीशंस में नहीं रहते थे, तो हमेशा वो कैश में टैक्स भी नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकते थे. तो काफ़ी बार ये सिर्फ अपना प्रोड्यूस का कुछ हिस्सा इन रेवेन्यू ऑफिशियल्स को दे देते थे टैक्स के बदौलत. तो दिस इज हाउ द असेसमेंट एंड द कलेक्शन वुड टेक प्लेस इन under the land revenue system. Also the jama was the amount assessed and hasil was the amount collected. So they had two specific terms for these two concepts. So they would first assess कि इनको कितना collection हो सकता है land revenue से, जिस चीज़ को उस assessment को ये लोग जमा कहते थे, और कितना इनको actually collect हो रहा है उस चीज़ को ये हासिल कहते थे. So these are the two terms that they used back then. Both cultivated and cultivable lands were measured in each province. So they would when it comes to assessment and collection, ये cultivated lands को भी assess करते थे और cultivable lands को भी assess करते थे. इन दोनों words में difference क्या है? Cultivated lands वो हैं जहाँ पे actually में cultivation हो रही होती है, जहाँ पे actually में cultivation होती है. So जिन जगहों में farming हो रही है, those are considered as cultivated lands. पर cultivable lands वो हैं जो जिन पे cultivation हो सकती है, पर at present वहाँ पे नहीं हो रही होती है. At present there is no cultivation activity going on in that land, but it is suitable for agriculture. So such a land is called a cultivable land. So these two lands would be measured in the process of assessment and collection. So this is how the land revenue system would work. This is how the state would impose taxes on the land that was used by people to practice agriculture. Now after having studied the land revenue system, there is another very small brief description of something that we have to study, that is the mansabdari system. तो mansabdari system क्या था एक बार देखते हैं. The Mughal administrative system had at its apex a military cum bureaucratic apparatus which looked after the civil and military affairs of the state. बेसिकली यही है मनसबदारी सिस्टम. एक मिलिट्री कम ब्यूरोक्रेटिक सिस्टम हुआ करता था, एक अपैरेटस हुआ करता था जो किन चीज़ों का ख्याल रखता था. इट वुड लुक आफ्टर द सिविल एंड मिलिट्री अफेयर्स ऑफ द स्टेट. So this was the Mansabdari system, and people involved in this were called the Mansabdars. Some Mansabdars were paid in cash. A term that they used for this was nakdi, while the majority of them were paid through assessment of revenue, that is called jagirs, in different regions of the empire. So the Mansabdari system is basically nothing but a system in which people looked after, some people who were under the state looked after the civil and military affairs of the state, and for this sometimes these people got paid in cash, or they got paid in terms of the असाइनमेंट ऑफ रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन. मतलब या तो इनको कैश मिलता था, या तो इनको ये हक मिलता था कि ये रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन कर सके एक किसी जगह से, ये लोगों से रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन कर सके, और in different parts of the empire. So this is how the state would pay them, by giving them the permission to collect revenue from people in different regions of the state. So basically this was what the Mansabdari system was, and here we have discussed about the land revenue system. It was a very brief segment, but this was all that there was to it.